So what do I actually eat in a day? So I'm gonna get my first meal at around 8, and then every 2 hours I'm gonna eat something, and I start with about 40 grams of cream of rice. I just love that. And then I'm gonna go work out, so then I will have my protein shake after the workout, and then I'm gonna have chicken, about 100 grams, asparagus, 100 grams, rice or sweet potatoes. I don't recall the exact number, but I think it's about 80. And then the same every 2 hours. I actually put an alarm to not forget to eat. But in the evening, I pour in each Tupperware all the meals that I'm gonna need for the following day. How did I calculate these macros and who set that protocol? Well, it's my coach. He knows my weight, he follows everything that I do, so he's gonna set up all the macros for me and the meal plan. So my macro is gonna evolve in a way of the carbs gonna go lower, and everything's gonna go lower. But I think I know the carbs are the thing that's gonna affect me the most. Everything's anyway gonna go lower, even though I'm pretty low already. The main point, it's not about losing weight, it's about building a specific physique for a specific stage on a specific date. What happens to my body if I go over or under my macros? Well, if I go over, it's gonna slow down the process and the progress. The body will stop responding as we planned. If I go lower, then it's gonna affect the way my body is gonna react. It's gonna go in survival mode, and it's gonna affect the performance I have at the gym, and I'm gonna lose muscle, so no good. So both directions gonna have consequences, and that's why I need to track all the macros. It's not about obsessing, it's about precision, and that's how we're gonna get the physique we want on stage on that specific date. Is there anything I can't have right now? Well, alcohol, processed sugar, sauces, and I mean, it's not because it's bad, it's just because it's not part of my plan, and it will affect my body in a way that I don't want. So in any way, I don't like to drink, and I think as well, the less you eat processed sugar, the less your brain's gonna crave it. So actually right now, I do not crave those things. Even during my menstruation, like I don't feel like eating those things. So that's good, and I don't want to indulge, well, obviously now because I'm in prep, but also outside of prep, because because the brain's gonna go like into addiction, because sugar is really addictive, and I rather say no, and instead of having like a piece of cake, sometimes it's just in order for my brain to not crave sugar anymore. So I think it just makes the process easier at the end. What do I do when I have a social context and it's present? Well, people know, and I don't really care. I know why I have my top, I know my goals, so I will anyway explain if there's question, and if there's remarks, who cares? Again, people come and go, but my goal's gonna stay, so I'm gonna work for those. Whether it's hard or I have adapted, And I don't think, yes, it's hard, but again, it's my decision. So I'm not gonna complain about something I chose to put myself into. So, and it's part of the game. Like, prep is not easy, so just do it and don't complain about it. Nobody's forcing you to do it. You chose it, so now you have to be responsible for it. I don't really explain myself anymore. Just eat what I need to eat, and I don't mind. And again, if there's a social context and people are like, well, can't you make an exception? Again, no, because every single person around you is gonna make this comment of just one, but in the end, like one person making one for you, it's gonna be a lot of little exception, and it's not an exception anymore. So no, again, it's like for the sugar, the processed food and processed sugar, I rather say no all the time instead of saying once yes and then go into that slope again of trend of indulging, and then people's gonna, at least if you say no, people will maybe ask in the beginning, but then they will stop because they know you said no. And I mean, at least for me, now people don't even ask me, and actually I say like it's more polite for me that you don't ask me if I want a piece of cake, a piece of whatever, because then it's supporting me, instead of you think being polite is asking, which it is for normal people. But I always tell them, for me, with my goals, I'd rather you not to ask me at all if I want a Coke, a piece of sugar, a cookie, or whatever. I think I will feel actually happier and more supported. How does the relationship with food change during prep? Well, before prep, you have this social vibe, this spontaneity to it, pleasure, and now it's about being fuel. So it's just a functional relationship. I would say it's sad sometimes, as when I see my son having an ice cream on a sunny day, it makes me feel like, I mean, it can be a nice memory we would share, but again, I know it's just for a period. I can do that another time, as I did in the past, but right now I have goals to achieve, so it's not for now. And I would say actually it's quite liberating because it forces me to be super organized, and when you eat every 2 hours, I feel like I don't really have the time. I don't let my body actually have the gremlin or hormones kicking in, which means I don't really get hungry as I'm eating about every 2 hours. Also, as that's kind of the thing that I say to my clients, but being organized is really the secret to achieve your diet goals or whatever. But just think ahead of what you need to eat, how much, and just prepare meal prep. I mean, it just makes it so easier. What do I think on my 5th meal of the day? Well, it's quite automatic, so I'm just eating what I need to eat, and really at the end of the day I don't have really much the energy to fight whatever, so I'm just automatic eating. And if I'm not on my 5th meal, because as I said, like, it's really something that it's automatic, but when I eat and I'm like, oh, it's not as tasty as I would like it to be, because I don't put any sauce and no salt, so it's not really tasty. And when I feel like I'm not really enjoying what I'm eating, anyway, that's not the goal, but I think a lot about, do I really want the pro card? And my son is looking at me, and my clients are supporting me, so there's so many people that support me that I don't want to fail them, and that helps me a lot when I have some mental struggles. Is there a meal that I actually enjoy and that I look forward to? Yes, I would say the breakfast, like the cream of rice. It's I think for a lot of people it won't taste good or it tastes like nothing, but for me, like I think it's the tastiest thing I eat. So in the evening, I try to not go to bed too late in order not first to not get hungry, but also because then in the morning I get to eat my favorite meal. So I think that's funny. So yeah, the cream of rice in the morning. My breakfast is my favorite food, I would say. Also, I know that the taste will come back after my shows, so it's just a period. Just get through it. Like, it's not forever. That helps a lot also to have that thought. But like, it's not gonna be like this forever. Just do what you need to do, eat what you need to eat, and one day in the future you're gonna be able to eat something else tastier. So, but as of now, that's the path that I chose. When people say just eat less and move more, what do I think? I think there's a gap between what people think and being an IFBB competitor, an NPC competitor. It's not the same goal that we want. It's not the same game we are playing. One is eating the normal day-to-day population's gonna want to be fit, and me, I want a certain shape on stage with a very low body fat mass index, so it's not the same. Also about eating healthy, I think the thing the people get wrong, it's the quality of the food you eat. Like, for example, there's no bad food. Like, we put into categories, but then it's the amount of that food you are eating that's gonna make it quote unquote bad. You can eat a bit of everything and anything as long as you have raw material, you cooked it yourself with the most natural ingredients. Like a cake, like if you do it yourself, it's gonna be way healthier than something you bought at the grocery store. Eating less and moving more, it's an advice for someone who wants to lose 5 kilos. I'm building a competitive physique. It's not the same conversation. What am I most looking forward to eat after my shows? I would say like medium rare steak with vegetables, steamed vegetables, and mashed potatoes. There's also a thing in Fogo de Chao, which is a chain restaurant that I love. Thank God there's no Fogo de Chao in Switzerland or in Europe, I think. Maybe one in London, I'm not sure. They have this cheese, I think it's called a halloumi. It's Greek. It's cheese with honey. I bought it once at home to do it and it was not so good, but in that restaurant it's so good. A lot of meat, I love that, and also ice cream. I would say that's the thing that I like, the sweet processed sugar. But as of now, as I said, like I don't really crave sugar, so I don't know if I will indulge with an ice cream. Actually, I don't know.